Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tektime, the show based on technology and the people that drive it. My name is Ash, and I'll be your guide on this fantastic journey of discovery and enlightenment as we try and smash the shackles of ignorance and bring technology from the darkness into the light. And we always try and bring you some pioneers, some trailblazers in the world of technology. And today is no different. We have got Craig White from ezyflixtv. Good afternoon, Craig. How are you?
Good afternoon, Ash. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for giving us your time today. I know you're a very, very busy man. Just a couple of housekeeping points. So, what is your role at EasyFlix TV, and where are you guys based?
Okay, so I guess by role, I'm the CEO and founder, which means that I do everything from make the coffees in the morning and make the decisions in the evening. We're based in Sydney, in George Street in Sydney right now.
Okay, so are you guys a startup? Oh, how long have you been around for? What year did you say you came to fruition?
So we started the business in late 2012, and we opened the EasyFlix service in August of 2013. So we're 1 year old in terms of trading, but 2 years old since inception.
Okay, so you definitely fit the model of a startup, then I would say, Craig.
Well, in the purest form, yes. We've had a sister business in ezydvd.com.au that has been operating for this now being its 15th year. So we've kind of been in the e-commerce space for quite a long time, but we decided that with the digital future that we would kind of start up a whole new entity, a whole new culture, because of the fact there's whole new technologies, and that was probably certainly from today for the next 10 years, more of the future. So in that sense, a startup, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so look, for people that don't know what ezyflix.tv does, can you just give us a quick blurb about what you guys do, please, Craig?
Sure. Well, the kind of the marketing spiel, as you like, as we like to call ourselves, the 21st century video store for millennials and modern families. Essentially, we offer video on demand of all of the latest new release films from all the major Hollywood studios. But in addition to video on demand, which is a traditional rental transaction, we also offer what is referred to as an electronic sell-through or a download-to-own service. So our business is most like Apple iTunes or Google Play. It is not like a Netflix, although they're online video stores, those kind of subscription services. They're more of the all-you-can-eat, of the deeper back catalogue. We focus on a pay-per-view service where there is kind of no monthly fees, no set-top box, no recurring fees of any time. You can come and rent a latest release, or you can buy a latest release, and that's our service. And what mostly differentiates us from the likes of an iTunes or a Google Play is that, unlike those guys, you can access EasyFlix and on any connected device, but we also offer download to own with offline playback on iOS and Android devices, and that's not something that the other guys are doing at this point in time. So we're device and operating system agnostic, as we like to say.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about your Disk2Digital service then, please?
Right, so Disk2Digital was kind of born out of a really simple idea. Firstly, people kind of love to want to own rather the movies that they love, and in packaged media, so in DVD and Blu-ray sales, I mean, Australians buy $1 billion worth of DVD and Blu-ray every year and have done for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So whilst all of the talk is about online video, the fact is that buying packaged media is 10 times bigger, or at least 9 times bigger than the consumption of digital content. So we know that there's a lot of DVDs in the living rooms across the country today. And what we wanted to do is to build a bridge from that ownership of packaged media to the ownership of digital media. Some people have already made the journey. Others will take 5 and 10 years. But what we wanted to do is to put value behind the purchase that they had already made, whether they bought a DVD from JB Hi-Fi, Sanity, Big W, or Kmart or Woolworths, and say, well, how about we kind of start you into digital by allowing you to create a digital copy of that DVD. And so Disk2Digital allows people to do that. It allows them to store their existing DVD library in the cloud by transacting with Disk2Digital. And
Wow.
that might be some people's first foray into digital,
Mm.
and or people who love movies, who've already made the journey, probably still have 150 DVDs in the
Yeah.
living room at home, and so we're giving them a chance to add those to their existing digital library,
Yeah.
should they have one.
Look, that's a great idea, and you've touched on two important points there, Craig. Oh no, I had to start when DVD first came out. I went crazy and bought everything I could on DVD, and I've got a plethora of these. And then I did the same thing with Blu-ray. Didn't learn my lesson the first time. We did that again. I've got both copies of them sitting around there somewhere. And the one thing, and the second point is, those things take up a lot of space. You know, once you get past the 50 or so DVDs, you know, that's a huge investment of displaying in the lounge room where you put it away and you never end up watching it. So this sort of falls in between there somewhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of it's funny in the DVD sense that people do get to this kind of threshold of probably about the number and your own experience and start to think, well, where can I put them? They start to feel a little gluttonous, and quite often they'll still go and buy a DVD but never actually take it out of the wrapper and watch it because they probably went to the cinema first. And so a lot of people buy even a DVD having enjoyed the movie on the silver screen. So certainly for there's an opportunity around saving space, but the fact is, and to your own illustration, you're obviously a movie lover and you want to own the memory of it that you saw at the cinema, or you want to watch it for the first time and might want to watch it again. But this is just a way of doing the same thing but doing it in the cloud if you want to buy it from us, or by transferring that physical library you have and adding that to a cloud collection.
Hey, Greg, I can definitely understand that. But the first question most people are going to ask, is it legal to take a copy or make another copy of this or rip it into another format if you already own the disc?
You know what? So it's an excellent question, and I'm going to absolutely steer clear of answering it in a broad and generic sense, but I will answer it as far as ezyflix Disk2Digital service is concerned, and I would say yes. In that case, it's perfectly legal.
Yes.
We've developed the technologies in-house. We've done that with the approvals of all the major studios. And by virtue of the offer that we have today, we're even integrating Disk2Digital with the ultraviolet locker. So we're getting ticks from studios. We're in a commercial transactional relationship with them as far as Disk2Digital is concerned. So yes, mums, families, kids don't need to worry about using Disk2Digital and being mindful of any illegality, because there is none whatsoever attached with Disk2Digital.
Okay, Craig, I'm glad that's all legal and all signed off by the big movie companies, because there's nothing worse than them giving you the knock on the door. So that'll put a smile on everyone's face. So how do I get my copy of the one that I've bought legally and get it onto your service? How does that work?
Okay, well, the first thing you do is go to the ezyflix.tv website. You can be using a PC or a Mac. There's right in the main navigation bar, there's on the far left-hand side, proud as punch, a Disk2Digital tab. Click on the tab and the instructions are there for you, but I'll talk you through it very briefly. First thing that we ask consumers to do is just quickly do a text search for eligible titles. So there is over 1,000 titles that are at the moment eligible for Disk2Digital. We hope that number doubles in the coming months. So quickly do a title search to see that the title is available. Then you're asked to insert your DVD into your drive on your PC or your Mac. Then what happens is where some of the secret sauce is in our technology. We're verifying the drive, we're verifying the disk, we're checking different points of data on the disk itself. We're referencing that against the cloud library. None of this happens to the naked eye, of course. And then we come back recognizing it's a standard definition, and we'll offer you a conversion price of $2. If it is a high definition, it's still $2 to convert to high definition, or we can give you a trade-up price to go from standard to high definition for $5. And you literally then just go through a checkout process. So it's as simple as quick search, insert disk. A few moments pass as we're legitimizing the whole process, and then you'll get taken to the checkout. Obviously, that assumes that you've got an account with ezyflix first, and if you don't, it's probably smart to sign up with us, create your account, bond it with the ultraviolet locker as well, which we allow you to do in single steps, and then start the Disk2Digital process from there.
Okay. How long are we talking about for? Because I mean, a DVD is a lot smaller than a Blu-ray disc. What's the time period we're looking at here that you need to have your PC or Mac turned on?
Okay, so what we do is when we take you through the checkout, what we've done is we've deposited the digital copy to a cloud locker for you. So the process of identifying the disk and going through to the transactional and depositing the digital right to the title is a very, very brief, a matter of moments.
Yep.
Once it's in your digital locker, you've got an opportunity to either stream it from that locker immediately, or you can download that movie file on up to 5 different devices. And so the download time, Ash, will depend upon the quality of your internet connection. Now, typically for streaming, you want 3 or 4 megabits a second, and ideally at that point in time, provided no one in your neighborhood jumps, or they all don't simultaneously jump on YouTube, you're going to get a good, smooth streaming experience. But as far as progressive download goes, within a matter of moments, you can start watching the film even as you're downloading it. So, the length of time it takes to download either a feature film, be it standard or high definition, again, depends widely on the quality of your internet connection at home and what's happening between, all your neighbours and your local exchange. So it's difficult for me to say.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Here how long it would take, yeah.
So the question is, if I've got a DVD version of my Batman and the Blu-ray version is obviously out, there is just a nominal fee I have to make, and I can get a copy of that. Is that how it works there, Craig?
Right. Yeah. So if you've got Batman on DVD, but you want to do a Disk2Digital conversion, but you want the high definition quality of Batman, then that's the trade up price to $5, and then we'll deposit the high definition file in your locker.
Okay,
which then you can download or stream.
Okay, and here's a question here. So people that have like digital sound systems and all sort of stuff, I get still surround sound embedded in that file?
So it's a 720 high def file today. We're doing a lot of work in the background and trying to get a higher quality, high definition, and working with people like Dolby Technologies on the audio too. There's some really interesting things happening in that respect that probably reserved for another time and another interview. I would say for all digital services, including music, I mean, you're going to get the richest possible audio-visual experience on the humble Blu-ray disc for the time being. But, what's going to happen is as the internet speeds and data open up, and it's more likely that you can deliver a high-definition experience without the problems that sometimes get associated with streaming video, then we'll see the quality of that file and both visual and audio improve substantially.
Okay.
Again, I'll kind of mark this time and let's chat again in the next little while about that.
Okay, no problem. And that library of 1,000 movies that you've currently got, and that's going to grow, you said, substantially the next couple of months. If I have a movie that's not on that list, what happens then, Craig?
Right. Well, wherein we know it's coming, what you'll find is we'll put a little a note on that particular title to say email me. So you'd click to say, well, email me when that's available. So we'll register your interest, and the minute that title becomes available for Disk2Digital, we will email you and give you a nice little surprise when you get that email as well.
Beautiful. Now, I've got a used John Wayne collection there, Craig. What are my chances of that being in your 1,000?
Probably not from the start, Ash. Obviously we prioritise the titles that millennials may have found more interest in. And so I would tell you, for example, that in the case of just even Harry Potter and Twilight, there are 8 million copies of Harry Potter and Twilight franchises in the living rooms of Australia. I'm not sure John Wayne has the same, not to say that they're not great films, but, I don't think we've prioritised having John Wayne in our digital library to begin with, nor do I think they've probably been the most successful film franchise of all time. Not to say it's not good. So we might put that in priority 3 or 4, but we'll get to it, and we will email you, Ash, when it becomes available.
As soon as it comes available, we'll have that conversation again there, Craig.
I will remember the conversation. You bet.
Hey, so just another technical question, a quick one. What file, when I downloaded, what file extension is it? An MP4 file, a .mp4 file when I get my hands on it again, Craig?
Yeah, again, so you kind of each publisher, ourselves and others, are probably a little coy about, what these things are. We've got to create different file extensions for iOS and Android. We have to have different file extensions for a Samsung Smart TV versus other devices. Certainly, we create a MPEG dash so that you get the dynamic adaptive streaming, so we can recognize when you've got some local area issues around internet and buffering. And we've got a lot of developments in that area still. And apologies after that, Ash. It's about as far as I can probably go in terms of giving you any more of the 11 secret herbs and spices of our video files.
Okay, now that's fine. Okay, so look, just a couple of more questions then, and I won't get too technical. Obviously, the one thing I can see is you have to actually physically own this copy, so you can't go to your video library and then slap that in there. That would be the breach, I would say, of copyright.
The physical file that you put in, there's a number of things that studios ask us to do to qualify whether the disc is a legitimate disc purchased in a retail store versus a rental store. That's one of the number of things that we have to search for, such as to ensure that, we're well-meaning good people are doing the right thing, and we feel very confident that if they do the right thing, we're giving them great value behind that. So I would just encourage people to do the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it'll save problems for everybody further down the line and allow your businesses to grow. If we all did the right thing, the world would be a better place.
You bet. Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we could be talking in the context of all forms of online legitimacy versus illegitimacy, but it's designed to test whether the disc was purchased in retail as opposed to rental. Is one of the measures that we had to work through with studios.
So how you been finding the uptake there in Australia? And because this is a worldwide thing now, isn't it, there, Craig? How's the intake been?
So actually, we're the first retailer outside of North America and only the third in the world. So Walmart, that very small US retailer, and I say that obviously tongue-in-cheek, they're the biggest retailer in the world, was the first to offer Disk2Digital, starting with an in-store and relatively clunky version of it in 2012. I think it was 2012. Then they went to an in-home version, much the same as ezyflix now, and the other retailer was Best Buy in US and Canada. So I would say that Disk2Digital is certainly not yet worldwide, given there's only 3 retailers participating. That said, there has been extraordinary interest from other retailers in Australia and internationally who are keen to license the technologies in some way, shape, or form, such that they can offer an after-sales service to their existing DVD or Blu-ray customer. So I do think that we'll see a lot more services around the world offering Disk2Digital within the next 12 months. As far as kind of uptake goes, again, I think that where we get our enthusiasm from is that of those 1,000 titles, I mentioned before 2 in particular, but of those 1,000 titles, there are 50 million DVDs in the lounge rooms across the country today that those 1,000 titles represent. And if only a fraction of them, if only a small fraction of them came and converted Disk2Digital, then that would be an extraordinary result for this program. It's not for everyone, but we think it's a great idea for consumers, and it's a great idea of both attracting and retaining and offering value to customers. So it's one that we're very committed to.
Beautiful. Look, just one point I'll make on that. I did notice there was a change with big retail stores giving you actually the option of buying a hard copy and also getting a soft copy, and that's probably the space that you guys want to be in, where that after service, well, you've got the physical media, but also for your own flexibility, go and chat to these guys at ezyflixtv. You've got an account already set up, and they will help you get your own soft copy of that file. I mean, that's the way I was seeing it going there, Craig. I could be wrong.
No, absolutely right. And so I should say, just to your point about when you buy if you buy a new release film today from any one of a number of major studios, including Disney, there is a voucher code inside that DVD on the inside of the box that allows you to redeem a free digital copy. And ezyflix is the only service in Australia that offers both redemption of the ultraviolet copy and the Disney Digital Copy Plus copy. So that you can come to us for and just lock your digital copy. Disk2Digital is more about going kind of retrospectively backwards in the library that you already have at home. So certainly anything you buy new almost anything you buy new on a DVD and Blu-ray that's specially marked with ultraviolet or Disney Digital Copy Plus, you can come and lock it with us. There's no charge for that. You've already bought those rights in the disc. Yep. Disk2Digital is an initiative about those that you had already bought that did not necessarily have that right attached to it. And that's the difference between the two. But we do offer both services on ezyflix today.
Beautiful. So look, let me just give you a plug there. So if I want to find out more, I'm really keen to sign up for your services. Where do I go to check you guys out?
So quite simply, www.ezyflix.tv. And if you want to learn about Disk2Digital in particular, /Disk2Digital.
Disk2Digital, and you're away. Real simple. And of course, there's no cost to sign up or anything like that, is there?
Absolutely not. Only if you want to make a conversion from Disk2Digital, notional $2 fee.
Beautiful. All right, we thank you for your time there, Craig White, from the CEO of ezyflix.tv, and that's easy spelled EZYFLIX.tv. Check them out. There's also should be a link at the bottom of the screen right about there where you can catch and find out anything more about these guys. Thank you for your time there today, Craig, and we'll talk to you soon on Tech Time.
And thank you, Ash. Thanks for having me.
No worries.